bargaining bricks for cheap. So I want to know who motherfucker. Boss, let me talk to him. Huh? Fuck ducking drug enforcement. Trying to turn my niggas to Doug Morses. Spitting, I hung portraits. Way spinning, I'm dumb nauseous. If you got a few sitting, I want more of it. Never take the first number of the judge office. I'm in the Gucci store, right under the Trump office. Are you living, are you existing? Gotta start living, can't be resisted. No matter how you get it, just be persistent. Consistent, from not becoming statistic. Realistic, no lie. Met these niggas next and I'm gifted. Bow tie, claiming you the best, what you sniffing? Bro hot, Sugar Ray Leonard, it be hitting like no mas. Ha! Shame on the nigga, they trying to run game on a nigga like I ain't learned the game from a nigga. Ready to cop back and aim on the nigga. Dropping the top back in the rain on the nigga. Rams bending the corners, bad bitches is on us. Breaking day with the hitters, hit dirty kitchen in the morning. Breaking haze in the swisher, that pit be having me on it. Niggas claiming they with you until it's raining and storming. That fake shit, smile up in your fake shit. Get around niggas and always saying some hate shit. How you been eating? They never hand them a plate shit. Always see you speeding up down the block in a spaceship. Hoodie on big fit, my blood on his ape shit. Clipper go bananas on any tree that he shakes with. Feds in the cameras, they trying to peep every pavement. Move like Sopranos, we only speak in the basement. Check my bank statements. Why stay patient? Niggas ain't playing, be careful who you play with. Huh, you think shit again. Got stopped by police, gave a different name. Had my own G, give me different game. Before my face was on a piece of a nigga chain. Wish y'all could feel a nigga pain. Climbing out the hole like the nigga bang. Got a condo, crib and Wayne. Nothing around but mansions. Got me feeling strange.
Going crazy, late 80s, and I'm still insane. From the streets, if you listen closely, you can hear the train. My man got me vexed like fuck a friendship. Throw 80 at a nigga Mercedes and watch the Benz flip. My coach told me I was a loser and wouldn't win shit. Now I got twin chicks on my dick begging the French kiss. Still got my gym star, deflate all that gym shit. Buck 50, work your face out, permanent gym shit. I used to keep a negative vibe, was on some Grinch shit. Skip a little work off the top, I used to pin shit. I just got off the jail, call an hour long. Feds be listening, so we kicking it with the shower on. These niggas acid, I'm cocaine in powder form. Watch his body drop, then we pulled off, knocking fire storm. Yellow butter sauce,
what up, sis?
Like I love. Everybody pull up with chopper shit like a bike club. Lately I just come up with this shit, ain't gotta write much. I'm focused, niggas with no direction, and fuck your life up, it's orchestrated. How the fuck these niggas afford to hate it? Smoke with the dead, I might walk inside a smoke and blaze it. These are scriptures, all my verses are more than sacred. It's levels to this.
You ain't never heard no Porsches racing.
You ain't never been around no bitch that's more than basic. The coke weak, don't trust the plug, then you oughta taste it. Put it on your gum, see how quick it numb. Your bitch stress, she keep telling me about how quick you come. When I think of the illest, I figure big and fun. Put a fork in him, this nigga done, go get a gun. Fighting ain't like you, confused, why would they hype you? Nigga, you Ron Harper, out here acting like Michael. This what the life do. My past when it's spiteful, but fuck it, we got baking soda. Let's see what this ice do. My man, he just got his house. I'm about to send a kite through. Don't come around, I ain't invite you. I used to do more gators, them shits invite you. Don't nobody touch no money till the dice move. Just keep it tall, your man sitting, you see it's cold. Bitches talking about Davies from London to Eden Wall. I ain't scared of death when I sleep, me and the Reaper talk. We fresh out public housing, this life is better than we'd have thought. I want you off this earth and we don't need to talk. Same rules apply, baby, she ain't fucking and she can walk.
Man, that's one of them classics right there. A lot of y'all don't know about. That's that Vado and Dave East on that what album is that? On that Sinatra 3 on Dat Piff. Go grab that. A lot of our young people, especially y'all, well, in general, male and female, be listening and watching the wrong shit. That's why they be sending themselves off. And no matter what you do, as long as that shit real, do it on the highest level. Peace, peace, peace. All right, welcome to episode 2 of Shots of Game. I welcome you to my very own bar and lounge, where we'll be doing more than just taking shots of, some of the best of alcohols. We'll be taking shots of different bark drinks, uh, fruit drinks, vegetable drinks, and stuff like that. So we're gonna be real versatile. We're gonna give like a real balance to this whole situation. Uh, we got to be universal, whatever. It's all about everything's all about balance. Now, I took out the name business free business shots again. I'm kind of winging this whole situation, to be honest with you. Um, I appreciate the call from last night. It was, I think it was pretty good, especially outside the norm as far as people taking advantage. For one, people taking advantage, you know, hitting up the phone line, asking their questions, you know, being open and honest, and yeah, we played through some nice scenarios, and that's what it's all about. 'Cause everybody's situation different, everybody's circumstance is different, so there's always room for some level of like growth and development because it's always going to be a new experience on a case by case basis for the most part, at least a small aspect of it. Yeah, letting the lady take you out of character. Stay. Sean Diamond said, Sean, okay, I'm glad you said that so I can set the record straight right now. Sean Diamond says you was in the store the other day letting the lady take you out of character. Stay cool, fam. Well, first off, I would like to say I definitely I appreciate that. In general, when you see any of your kin or anyone that you, I guess, somewhat respect, appreciate, or have any type of love for, you should you should do whatever you can do to protect their best interests or whatever. To make sure they all good and great to accomplish whatever the mission is. Now, I don't know if everybody has noticed yet, but I've already suspended, well, not suspended, but changed the private. I mean, changed the privacy level of that particular video that he's talking about. So he's talking about the video that I posted in regards to the. I think it was entitled "My cousin restaurant manager calls police to test my diplomatic gangster some shit." Now, just a FYI, that is not a recent video. Well, that wasn't yesterday. That was last year. I just chose to share that video to the YouTube world just as a sake of for one, for entertainment purposes, because it was a funny video, in my personal opinion, and just for the sake of a small tiny bit of show and tell, which is why I made a point, an intent, and an effort to add in parentheses, excuse my words. I would have put excuse my language, but if I would have used the word language, I would have exceeded the character limit for a YouTube title. So I chose to pick words. Excuse my words. It was in relation to the language that I was using during the video. Now, at the same time, that's a contradiction because everybody knows that uh, depending on what type of video I'm doing, if it's just me doing me on my personal time, and it's not like a promotional video, 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna curse. I'm gonna say a lot of curse words. I'm gonna say a lot of curse words in many different ways. In many so that just so me using profanity in that video wasn't out the ordinary. What's out the ordinary is the particular uh, energy I gave off in that video. My particular energy and and yeah, a particular type of character. So and I was already conscious of that, which is why you guys haven't seen the video up until this point. So my whole point outside of that, I already knew I had a responsibility to do an explanation video after that. So it was gonna be like when somebody had commented on the video or whatever. Anytime somebody asks me about it, whatever like that, I always say like coming soon or whatever. Like long story, I'm gonna get to it or whatever. Now, so long story short, as far as the explanation of actually what was going on and what happened in the video is this. Um, yeah, he say I went in. Hold on. Yeah, okay. So just all right. I'm a cool, calm, collective dude or whatever, like on many ways. But and I appreciate being able to remain in that way, as much as possible. That's why I try to stay in that peace world. Um, because I know me better than anybody. But anybody that halfway knows me is that yeah, that what I'm saying is actual facts. I'm cool, but I tend to have a little side of me that can be kind of uh, sharp and fiery. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I might not even notice it because in my mind, all I'm doing is expressing myself honestly based on that particular situation. You know what I'm saying? I might have a lot of passion and desire in my delivery, my approach, and my words. So that might come off a certain type of possibly slightly uncomfortable or maybe hostile type of way, but it's really just a passionate way of me expressing my love for certain things. Uh, what's going on, money boys? All right, so now, which what we were saying in the video was the after effect of the entire night. Like I get my cousin on the phone right now. He'll tell y'all from Jump Street, like from the time that I arrived to meet my cousin at the time wherever we met at. From Jump Street, he had it in on me. He had it out for me. Like from the time I got out the car, he was talking shit, talking about my license plate. You know what I'm saying? Talking about my diplomatic tags, talking about my badge, my ID. I was hearing this shit all fucking day. So he's talking about like from 8 p.m. Central to the time of the restaurant visit, which was right before we was about to, go go back to our private domains. That was like shit 3 o'clock in the morning. We was at a 24-hour restaurant, so that's at 3 o'clock in the morning after a night being out, talking shit, and outside of him talking shit with other people talking shit or just egging the shit on, then it's the restaurant visit, and the restaurant visit was when he was trying to like put me on the spot to try to get us a discount on our food, and because I told him like, yeah, at certain, I go certain places to get certain things because I have discounts. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that's regular. You know what I'm saying? That's basic benefits. You know what I'm saying? I get certain discounts or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? But this ain't no stuff I just be always talking about like I don't be the nigga that be, every time he goes to the store he be thirsty as hell because he get a discount and he want to show this shit. Like I don't be doing none of that shit. Like because I really don't give a fuck what anybody believes or what anybody thinks. I can give a fuck less because that doesn't change the actual facts and my personal reality. You know what I'm saying? Like I could sit up and do a lot of shit in front of a lot of people's face. The motherfucker still gonna question it, and I'm doing it right in front of their fucking face. I'm showing you. I'm showing you how I get down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a motherfucker will still question you. You know. So those are personal. You did. So sometimes you got to show and tell. So long story short, that was a situation of show and tell. Now, if somebody put me on the spot, I'm not the type of guy that's gonna back down to nobody or no thing. I'm not the guy to back down like that. It's something I just can't do like that. I have to address it some way somehow in some type of fashion. You know, period. In order for me to properly sleep at night. So that was the night basically. So this is hours after listening to this shit and you know trying to educate, trying to blah blah blah. Modestly, still modestly, because I don't never approach a situation as if I'm above anyone else. So it's like after so much of all this shit, then the lady at the restaurant, by the time he talked this shit, and then I did try to attempt to get us a discount. I just asked her. I asked her, do they give discounts to XYZ XYZ? I didn't like, hey, I need my discount because of this. I wasn't pressing on none of that stuff. I was more so like do you guys have discounts or specials if I'm XYZ XYZ or for XYZ XYZ? That's all I said. So from there, the what happened? So the lady's like, oh, I showed her my ID, my badge, and she's like, she automatically like tried to classify because it wasn't law enforcement, right? She automatically classified that as I don't even remember. It just wasn't the proper classification. It was just like uh, she classified as if like like I've seen this before, this is that, but she ain't saying shit. She see we have a bad name out there that people have given us in the sovereign community, which is sovereign citizens and shit like that. So anything outside of the traditional, state identification on law enforcement and stuff like that, an ignorant person would tend to improperly categorize, you know, that particular thing or whatever. So I don't take that lightly. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody insinuates that that something I have is invalid. You know what I'm saying? If somebody insinuates that, you know what I'm saying? So I have to clarify that. So that was a situation where I had to clarify. So I clarified, and as y'all can see, y'all hear my cousin in the background as he's filming. He wasn't filming to film in my best interest. He was filming me to try to prove for the world on tape that because he kept on saying the motherfucking the fucking f word. He kept on saying fraud the whole fucking night, pissing me the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? We call him right now, and he had confirmed. So the whole time, so this was like his chance to get me on film and shut the whole shit down. You know what I'm saying? This was right now. Right now, it was show and tell for the streets. That's what it was. It's like right, that was a time opportunity to show the streets that this shit is real. So I'm like, so he was like, after I'm talking to the lady, and at this point I'm ignorant. You know what I'm saying? At this point I'm ignorant. I'm out of patience with this stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean shit to me to get no discount right now, but this shit is stupid. You know, but if I pull my shit out, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be expecting a certain level of respect. That's just period. So that's what the fuck I was looking for, a certain level of respect. So she didn't initially give it. You know, neither her or the employee. That was the manager. So she then called over the undercover police officer. So from that, he simply walked over, and you see, as he walked over, and even to the point where he was right next to me. At no point did I jump, budge in any type of awkward fashion, uncomfortable fashion. I had no worry in my energy, my voice. None of that, nothing changed from my whole you did. You know what I'm saying? Because I stand on what the fuck I do, 100%. You know what I'm saying? So, so bro come over here. He like shit. He one of the guys. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's like I'm not look like, oh, here's a police officer coming. Here's a police officer coming. Oh my, like like you hear my cousins like, oh shit, you got the police. You got the police coming. He like, oh shit. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, all right. That's my whole act. Yeah, all right. Motherfucker come over like, all right. He like, he come over smooth. So it wasn't no hostility. I look at bro. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that she had said uh, that she was gonna cut my ID in half. She didn't say that. She said that's actually why I went in. Like I said, it was a long night. Probably one too many shots. Just to be honest. And shit, I heard the wrong thing. So that's what made me give it to her even more. But she said like some. She said cut your bill in half. You know what I'm saying? She was like, yo, no, we can't cut your bill in half and blah 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 blah. So so when bro come over, the undercover police officer come over, I simply look over like, did do just like that. Bro looked at that shit, looked at me, looked at her, and say, he good, he good. And he looked back at me and said he apologized, or he acknowledged me, and he said she just haven't seen that before. I say simply, oh, it's all good. It's all good. I understand. I look back at her. I understand. I acknowledged her again. I acknowledged that I understand that she don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Now from there we can move forward. As simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's the end to that story. I don't gotta. It's like that ain't. I ain't got. I ain't gotta say no. Ain't. It's like some things are great to happen. Even though I had to display, I had to show an ignorant side of me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I did what I had to do, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I stood my ground, and that's what happens, or whatever. I mean, you don't gotta. I don't gotta duck and dodge shit if I'm 100 grand. You know what I'm saying? Now, ain't nothing perfect. Ain't no situation perfect. You can't create a perfect system inside of a imperfect system. That's impossible. You can't create a perfect system inside of a fraudulent fucking system. So that's just the reality of it. That's what people gotta understand as well. I use I use my tools. I use my shit. I use my tools when needed and as needed. I don't wear that shit on my motherfucking forehead. You know what I'm saying? I don't put that shit on as no goddamn cape and shit like that. I bust out whatever I need to bust out at any point in time. That's it. That's all. But no, in general, like I said, I'm the cool guy, and I want to stay that. I want to stay the cool guy. I want to stay the cool guy. But somebody challenge me, I'm gonna step up to the motherfucking plate. You know what I'm saying? Times 10. Cause man, my it's like my name. Look, my name, my word, and my credibility. Yeah, those are three things I do not play with. But in general, and the main reason why, and that's the reason why I and y'all double check what I said. Don't take my word for it. Like I don't got time to be just talking shit and saying some shit and making shit up and coming up with no. I don't got time to keep up. Look, because a lot like telling like speaking bullshit and telling lies takes more time and effort and energy to keep up with. Like once I started to lie, I got to keep up with a lie. You know what I'm saying? I got my memory bank deserves more qualified information than that as far as storing data. I don't got time to keep up with no bullshit, no false ass image, and no none of that shit. So a motherfucker can believe what they want to believe, and I see people believe what they want to believe. That's why most motherfuckers be believing everything these fake ass niggas out here be doing and saying. Yo, Rena Lewis, what's good? But I do not recommend. That is not nothing. That is not what that now what that video was not. This is my disclaimer, public service announcement on that video. Like I say, I knew that people did not and would not understand the whole story behind that and what I was trying to show and what I was not trying to show in that video. So that's why I discontinued that video. But I wanted to show it a little bit, but I wanted to take it back. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that to linger or whatever because that means that I just didn't want to hold that responsibility, because more people wouldn't get it as opposed to people that did, But that's enough for the people that's paying attention to get it. All right, they got whatever I need to get out to whoever can catch it real quick. Now I'm snatching it back, and that's what I'm doing for with a lot of my videos, and especially these videos right here. This Every episode on Shots of Game is going, as y'all can see, the last episode from last night is no longer available publicly. This will only the replays will only be available during the uh, inside the Hellraiser Legacy. These episodes will only be available inside the Hellraiser Legacy. You know, but I will use YouTube and Facebook as a way to get it out there. But motherfuckers know where to go, where to come to get that, to replay that sauce, or to get that meal. If they missed it or whatever. Everybody got to come back to the Underground Railroad. But so that is not a demonstration on how to operate diplomatically. So this is one of them situations where I recommend doing as I say, not as I do. You know what I'm saying? By all due respect, that is not a demonstration of operating diplomatically. That was just a circumstance within a particular situation, unique situation. We operating that in diplomatic fashion. Your whole objective is to try to eliminate or avoid any type of hostile situation. You know. All right, so make sure y'all like the videos, share, comment, stuff like that. I will be opening up the lines briefly. That number is 888-597-8825, extension 105. I put it in the comments too. extension 104. All right, check the comments. I'm gonna play this Vado until somebody calls in.
Let me talk to him.
Peace, peace. I just posted the call in number 888-597-8825.
Put them in position, become bosses. Writings on the wall was spitting, I hung portraits. Way spinning, I'm dumb nauseous. If you got a few sitting, I want more of it. Never take the first number, the judge office. I'm in the Gucci store, right under the Trump office. Are you living, are you existing? Gotta start living, can't be resistant. No matter how you get it,
Just be consistent.
Persistent, from not becoming statistic. Realistic,
No lie.
Met these niggas next and I'm gifted.
Bow tie.
Claiming you the best, what you sniffing?
Bro high.
Sugar Ray Leonard, it be hitting
Like
like
no
no
moss.
moss. Shame on the nigga, they trying to run game on the nigga like I ain't learned the game from a nigga. Ready to cop back and aim on the nigga. Dropping the top back in the rain on the nigga. Reds bending the corners, bad bitches is on us. Breaking day with the hitters, hit dirty kitchen in the morning. Breaking haze in the swishy, that pit be having me on.
Niggas claiming they with you till it's raining and storming. That fake shit, smile up in your face shit.
Get around niggas
Be
and always saying some
Hate shit,
How you been eating? They never hand them
a
a
plate shit,
Always see you speeding up down the block
in a spaceship.
Hoodie on big fit, my blood on his ape shit.
Flip or go bananas.
On any tree that he shakes with. Feds in the cameras, they trying to peep every pavement. Move like Sopranos, we only speak in the basement.
Check my bank statements.
Why
Stay patient.
Niggas ain't playing, be careful who you play with. Huh,
You think shit again.
got stopped by police,
Gave a different name.
Had my own G, give me different game. Before my face was on a piece of a nigga chain. Wish I could feel a nigga pain.
All right, 888-597-8825. First call in. Hello, hello.
What's up, my brother? How you, man? Sean Diamonds here, man.
What's going on, bro? You feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, man, I was just commenting on that, but you know, it's all good, you know.
Oh no, all good. I appreciate that, but like I said, that shit definitely needed you know, to be clear. I mean, you know, understood. You know what I'm saying? But that's exactly why I made that shit private. You know, I already like I think about everything I do before I do it. You know what I'm saying? That was one of them videos where it damn near. That's why it's just now going out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Yeah.
you know, because that shit happened last year. You know.
Okay.
And but
Okay.
I've been seeing I'm prepping for something. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing some words being used real lightly. You know, I've been seeing that D word, that diplomat word being used real lightly in these social media communities. You know what I'm saying? The Facebooks and shit, mainly Facebook. So I'm just trying to. I got to do a little show and tell so people can see. You know what I'm saying? That shit in action for real, you know. But you know, like I said, that ain't nothing I be playing with and like no nothing like that. That was just one of them nights. You would have to been there to understand why I was the way I was or whatever. But I know
Right.
I don't want to be one of them guys that like this the worst type of guy and worst type of leader or influencer. It's the ones that because I'm talking about what I'm seeing, like even like recently now and stuff, like the ones that you see, like, okay, we need to have military action, we need to have that, you know, but I think that we are giving people the perception that for one, we are physically prepared for any sort of military action against the United States government and its agents and agencies. You know what I'm saying? We're nowhere equipped for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So our smartest move, all we can do is prepare to defend if absolutely necessary. You see what I mean? Or when absolutely necessary. You know what I'm saying? So up until that point, we know we can't win the gunfight, but we know we can slice. We can give a hope. We can give some devastating paper cuts though. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I'm still trying to learn how to operate in that space, man. I posed a question to you there. I didn't know if you really felt like talking about, anything dealing with the private side, because I know, I've been watching your videos, for some time now, and you've been talking about this stuff for a couple of years, you know what I mean? But just like last year, I really got into it. I purchased, those redemptive manuals 1 and 2, kind of getting into them. A lot of history in the first one. The second one is, kind of giving you information on how to operate with it, but it kind of leaves you in the dark a little bit. Like, it tells you something, but it doesn't give you all the specifics that you might need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I just wanted your take on that, how I should go about studying those manuals.
All right, that's a good question. And it's gonna be one of those controversial answers I'm gonna give you because
Okay.
and you know what? Who cares? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know you and my brother Messiah, because I was trying to get in touch with him from like last year.
Mhm.
Well, actually, it's a couple months ago, but situation came up, I wasn't able to contact. But go ahead, man.
Okay.
I'm wide open to hear what you're saying.
Me personally, from personal experience, I still, I agree. I agree exactly what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? That is the problem, right? With those particular type of manuals. That's 100%. That is the problem. But it is not necessarily a problem. It's just something that we acknowledge is missing. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
all that is an example of the reality that every book is gonna damn near be like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's not gonna be a one manual. It's always gonna be something missing, and for the most, and not just information wise. So we got two things that's gonna be missing, guaranteed. There's gonna be some form of for one, misinformation. There's gonna be some form of missing information, and then there's gonna be the most important thing that's gonna be missing from these manuals is your personal experience with executing them. You see what I mean? So
So a lot of it. So not to cut you off. So when they give you that, you have to apply it, and a lot of the learning comes through the trial and error.
100%, 100 grand. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Because that's so when you go, all right, so when you walk through them doors, you know what I'm saying, at that first stage or whatever, like it's like you got an obstacle course, or like you going through one of them training courses like them like army people to go through or whatever. It's like, all right, now we've been training and stuff like that, but now this is a real dialogue in the physical fashion, you know what I'm saying, of you actually utilizing what was taught, you know what I'm saying. So it's not until you go up and you meet and interact and communicate with these agents, and you get to learn the surroundings, you know what I'm saying, because each agency has agents. So we get so first thing we got to do is, we can have all the information in the world, but we got to learn each agency that we're trying to apply this information to. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta learn the agency, and we gotta learn the agency's agents. Now once we learn that, we'll get a greater understanding of ourselves and the information and the power we got based on the information.
Kind of like that movie with Tom Cruise, Day After Tomorrow, when he kept dying, but he kept coming back. But each time he came back, he knew more and more and more. But he had to die like 100 times
Say okay.
to see the whole picture.
Say it again. What's the name of the movie? Say it again.
Day After Tomorrow.
Day After Tomorrow with Tom Cruise. I think that's
the one.
Okay.
When he was fighting some aliens, but he died, but he comes right back to the very beginning of where it was of his situation each time. But each time he came back, he knew a lot of it was, going in,
Mm-hmm.
And I just use that as an example.
Oh no, that's what we got to do. That's how we learn.
Okay.
That's how we open up our our levels of awareness and consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen this before. You just said it.
Right.
You've just seen it.
Right.
You've seen it before. All you did was identify where you saw it from. So now you have an image that you can a reference that you can reference this reality based on whatever circumstance you're about to hit. So now that that puts you in another position to truly understand the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? And now what's the first thing we do when we compare and contrast like that? We identifying the characters. So while you watching that movie, you identifying which character in that movie is actually you. Right? In real life and in that scenario.
Right. Correct. I got you.
So that what you said was extraordinarily important, and that's why I said I asked you to say the name of the movie out loud. So now, so that's the study movie of this particular episode, the movie with Tom Cruise, and I hope that is the name of it. But the movie with Tom Cruise that bro talking about, and study the metaphysics of that, and that's what we got to start learning how to do, and constantly being aware that we need to do. Understanding the metaphysics of everything around you, especially the things that they put right in front of us, which is the entertainment. So we got to stop being entertained and learn how to grab hold of that inner game, which is that knowledge that we can gain from it. But
I tell brothers all the time, when America back in the 70s was boogieing down to Soul Train, no disrespect to Soul Train and all these great shows, but while we were being distracted, they were putting plans in order. They were putting things together while we were boogieing down. They was getting shit together. You know what I mean? Put plans together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the real plans. You know what I'm saying?
Real plans, correct. While we were, being misled through entertainment. Now, nothing wrong with entertainment,
right.
Of course.
Right.
Within its, proper place, but.
Mm-hmm.
We as black folks, that's been our downfall. Man. We just want to have fun all the time.
Right. Yep. To the point where we're using the fun as an scapegoat to escape the reality. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to run from the reality. We want to face it. We want to get ahead of it actually because they actually are creating realities. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have the freedom to just prosper into our own natural realities of self. We don't. Because they're placing so many things in front of us to, you already know what I'm saying, bro.
Right. Just like what's going on now. I'm not gonna hold you, but just like what just happened the past couple of months here with this fucking
coronavirus shit.
Pandemic, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's a beta test. It's a big beta test because now they know how the country reacts to whatever. So now, whenever they really ready to really implement the plan. It's a done deal.
Yep. And what's one of the easiest ways to distract the motherfucker, like the mass majority of the world? Fucking fear. Get everybody scared. And not only that, this is actually what makes this the most interesting, stunt that they pulled in history. And we gotta sort of appreciate ourselves of being here to even experience it. Those that are conscious and understand the benefits of being in a position like this, because we can use this as an opportunity to rise again. to our higher self, but
Mm.
it's the fact that it's like, okay, because what's right next to fear? Because usually what people use to escape the fear is God, religion. You see what I mean? So you mean to tell me you finna scare the shit out of you finna scare I'm fearful. You putting me in fear for my life, and you telling me I can't go to church and see Jesus? Oh nah, the world's definitely coming to an end. So what did they? You know what I'm saying? You took two
I got
main.
you.
Oh my goodness! I can only imagine what a certain type of people is going through right now. But I do. But these are the ones that when we open up our social media are are completely escaping the reality. They doing shit that don't. Now if you do some basic shit here and there, that's cool. That shows that you have a human part of self, and whatever. You had to have balance, because I was one of them guys that just didn't come outside. Shades, black shades on all my windows. I don't want to be affected by the outside world. I'm going back to Zion. Fuck the mate, all that shit. But can't go to the show without enjoying it. That's not only a happy place to be in. It's not a place that you could be in and actually grow and develop from, because you're harnessing. I don't know, you become addicted to the chaos and to the conspiracy of it, to the point where you can't enjoy the life that's around you outside of the reality that was created. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a healthy spot. And many people don't make it out of that spot. That's the area where you got to fight all the demons and shit, because they trying to stop you from gaining the knowledge, understanding that you're encountering, and run back and put it in his hands, whoever they want to call him. You know what I'm saying? So because this goes back to movies like The One with Jet Li. You seen that one?
Yeah.
Now what was the whole point of him? His whole mission had nothing to do with nobody else. His whole mission was to capture more parts of self. So he going from dimension to dimension, and of course, entertainment wise, he's going from dimension to dimension to kill himself, to kill other parts of himself in other dimensions. But actually, he's going from dimensions to dimension to find himself, to find his higher self on higher dimensions and higher levels of frequency. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the intergalactic police and shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to stop the nigga. They're like, come on, man. If you capture the last level of yourself, you can die. He said, oh, but it's also possible that I could become a god. That's what the nigga said.
Correct, because the energy is no longer divided. It's all either one. Correct?
Man, 100%. Yes. Amen to that.
Okay.
This
Okay.
this is church. This
Okay.
is church for real.
Yeah, the energy is no longer divided. So there's different different dimensions of the one of self. But until you, I already said it, but I'm just saying, coming into the one focal point of self, basically, and that's when you're more effective. That's when you're more powerful.
That shit right. That the concept of that is unbelievably powerful. And you know what? When I honestly, when I first watched that, like, cause that's an old movie at this point. When I first watched that, I ain't gonna lie.
Good though, man.
It went over my head the first time, because they had all them goofy ass graphics and shit. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I took that I had a biased standpoint against that and judgment from that, and which put me at with an unconscious eye, because I from seeing, first of all, it's Jet Li. You see what I mean? So this is one of the early, our latest ancestors from the martial art area. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Bruce Lee. So you got Jet Li. I'm like, oh, they trying to throw all this extra goofy effects and goofy shit.
I got something. Not to cut you off on. I got something for you to think about.
What?
You remember at the end of that Avengers movie when everybody was kind of just withering away? I forgot which one, the last one, that Avengers movie, when some of the characters were just kind of like, kind of turning into dust, just withering away. Like,
was this the last one?
Yeah, the last one. Were they trying to tell us about this coronavirus is about to take place in that? Was that kind of telling you without telling you?
I don't.
I mean, what were they trying? What were they trying to say?
I don't know, bro. I would have to. What I would do is, by all due respect, I will go back and watch that, and I'll come back with an answer to that. I would have to go back and sit on that one again, because Avengers wasn't nothing I kind of caught up on, So I watched it, but I think I caught it too late. I would have to go back to the to the beginning or whatever, possibly. But I would have to go back with a different eye on that. So I definitely put that on my watch list.
Because Hollywood too, and not to hold you up, my brother, because Hollywood too, when the new technologies come out for movie making, that's when they,
test their shit.
Off the shelf,
oh yeah, oh yeah, they test their shit. They look, they show out. They show out in the film. You know what I'm saying? They show out because, and you know what? These are some. I don't feel like they smarter than us. These are some clever motherfuckers, though. These motherfuckers. These motherfuckers.
All the way back to Charlie Chaplin. I watched a documentary on that dude, man. That dude was a phenomenal movie maker, man. Even though it was kind of, like primitive of his time, but the guy was like a phenomenal filmmaker, man.
Bro.
Charlie Chaplin. So they had an advantage on all that stuff. So that's all I'm saying.
Because if you think about it, in majority of the situations that have a negative effect on us, in some way, form, or fashion, they showed it and put the shit right in our fucking face.
Of course,
like
and also that's how they can influence you. And you notice when they keep telling you was a slave with all these slave movies, that starts going into your psyche.
Exactly.
After a while, you start believing that shit.
Yep, 100%. Just like they tell us we only use a certain percentage of our brain. And we repeat the shit, and we teach our kids the shit, and they teach their kids the shit. Like, I'm like, come on, man. That right there will fuck up the whole fucking race. Just off thinking, just off believing some shit like that. With these motherfucking so-called scientists and all these other motherfuckers. Oh, I know you got this massive this massive brain or whatever, this massive machine, computer, you know what I'm saying? It's like you only can use 10% of them. Sorry. Get the fuck out of here. How does that even make sense? You know what I'm saying? So you tell me every so-called human being on this planet that has fallen from godmanhood can only access 10%, or is it that you only would like them to access 10% because of what happened to your control over that particular race or individual person?
Right, but I don't know. I took it as when they said that is that the brain is so powerful that I guess through time we've lost the ability to use a lot of the faculties of our mind power, and if we were able to use 100% of our brain, we'd probably be like some of the superheroes you see on in the movies, you know what I mean? So
it's levels though. It's just like we just said though. It's levels to self, and you have to. We have to constantly die. You know what I'm saying? Die in those areas, meaning that it's as simple as this. It's like if I say I wanted to be a NBA star, right? It's like, but I like doing things that conflict and contradict that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I wouldn't be able to hang out at the bars as much and do this and do that. Party, shit like that. You got to be 24/7 on that shit, right? It's like
because part of it is you being consistent for a very, very long time, like from youth. If you was gonna be an NBA star, that shit would have had to been out from junior high school consistently.
Yeah. Unless a person just went completely cold turkey on some shit.
Completely what?
Completely like cold turkey on some shit, and like you know what I'm saying, like don't you know the movies where a person they leave the country and they go somewhere to meet self, and they go through this traumatic ass change or whatever, like they come back a whole different person, because you actually have to be a whole different person. Like everything around you got to change. The people you attract change, everything. So that's what I mean when and we got to understand the power of our own magic or whatever. We rely on other energies and deities outside of our own or whatever. Even though we have access, to these other energies and deities or whatever outside of ourselves, we gotta understand that there's a contract, a spiritual contract, an obligation, and possible liability that comes, or responsibility that comes along with access and energies of other deities. Um, so if I know that, if I'm already consciously knowing and understanding, if I want to take anything on the next level, what I'm saying, I have to stop doing something. I have to start doing something else, and then I have to start the whatever I start doing. If once I start succeeding on that, in order to be more successful, I have to do it even more and more hard. You see what I mean? So that's what it's all about. So every part of me, it can't come along with that journey. It's gonna be something that I identify, like, even though I might try, because some shit we just love. I'm like that. We love doing this. We love doing that. But we're like, fuck. So now come a tug of war and the decision between self. Like, damn, do I wanna reflect this part of self or that part of self? Because one of us, we can't go in the same direction, because both sides pull so much of our weight, as far as time and energy.
Right. Correct. But yo, brother, hey, listen, man, I got some other things coming up too, man. I started a media company, S Master Music and Media. I do music production. I mean, I know everybody's doing music production now, but I've got, I've, I've got all of the, everything I need.
Okay.
Everything I need, all brand new, everything I need as a studio setup. And I'm in the process of learning intricately the mixing and mastering phase, not just, to put out some bullshit, but like really to go in on music production, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And, I'd like to stay in touch with you, my brother. This number here, is this just a call-in number, or do you still have that office number where able to be reached like during the week?
Well, yeah, you can always call into the office or whatever. I mean, I won't be the one answering, but that's the way you get in contact with me.
Correct.
Um,
Okay.
and my email, you can take.
Leave the email.
Yeah, you can take my email too.
Okay.
Yep, it's info at hrconsulting.world.
hrconsulting.world.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I don't know. I guess everybody. I guess these episodes right here attracting the right energies and the right people, because damn near everybody that called in been actually, like, man, struck some good nerves. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So
I see you there chilling, man.
Huh?
Like, that's what's up. I said, I see you there chilling,
Oh yeah.
relaxing and doing your thing.
Oh yeah.
And that's what's up, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. But I would definitely reach out to you, my brother.
All right, bro. Good talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Yeah, peace.
Yeah, man. Y'all been striking some of the best conversations so far. Let's keep this up. Like I say, this is good conversation because it forces us to play devil's advocate, to compare and contrast and to share, other concepts, other opinions. I'm not the guy that believes his perspective is the only perspective that's valid, or I know all and see all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I am who I am, but I learn from everything around me. In order to learn from everything around you, you have to give it opportunity to be presented. So that's what it's all about right here. All right, the line's still open. I'll probably take one more call and lock it down for the night. Peace, peace, peace. What up, Fred? Taking one more call in. Guess I'll put on some Vado real quick. This is the music for the evening. Oh, number nine on this Sinatra 3. Sinatra 3 is Diplomatic Immunity. Somebody called in. Yo,
what's going on, bro?
what's cracking?
Not much, man. I was actually just calling. I've been studying under you for a couple of years. You know, you're the one who actually brought me to this knowledge. But I actually just calling in a quick call just to say thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a part of the group and everything, the Legacy group. So, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to say I appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You guys are all speaking truth. I appreciate it.
Man, gratitude. I appreciate that, bro.
That's for real, man. But you guys have a great night, man. Again, I'll see you on the group or anything. I'll be on there.
All right, bet. Peace.
All right, bro. Later.
Nothing licensed, taking a whip. Diplomatic, maybe understand who you standing with. My throw on my Jeff Hamilton like I'm Cameron. Tied around my construct with a bedin. White, but nothing licensed. I'm speaking them truck promotional street tests. Windows floor to the ceiling, they all addressing they feelings. Too many emotional sleevewears. Been a minute since heard that door knock. Opportunities ain't coming. Left around 8 something. The ballot for stardom before the 4 Fox. I live an hour from Harlem, just see my 4 Fox. A lot of drinking and not thinking. You careless, you like sinking, but fearless, you not blinking. Like Kobe and Matt Barnes, I'm that calm. We're going in every rap song, the Black Mom. Still, I need me a player, my Arabian man, so keep working. Remember when they used to pay me in grams? Chop it up, macadamia and
Yo, Mufasa, what's goody?
I try my best to keep my fucking distance. They think I could be so submissive, but it's the
Yo, David, what's good?
I'm gonna focus on where I'm going, then who not coming. Switch ships, I see a lot jumping. They think it's over when you not stucking. Once you older, there's less block.
Next seminar or webinar is gonna be within the next 2 weeks. I'm actually getting the promos together for that now. So yeah, show off. Need to go off. What up? What up? God bros. Y'all, I can't see my likes over here, but make sure them likes is up and is equivalent to the viewers. If you don't want to be here, please exit now. Free admission. Free shots.
Reggie White, Jim Ice, Ali Mobley, Big Lee, Big L, NFL, Hope Click. I'm back on
Oh shit. Come, nigga.
No beef, only fries, they broke, nigga. The bill 5K, why you 5K one, nigga? So once upon a time when the bitches tried to tell us the fact that we them niggas make the mother niggas jealous. And we understand cause we fly as propellers. Always been the shit, I don't know how it ain't shit. Yo, once upon a time when the bitches tried to tell us the fact that we them niggas make the mother niggas jealous.
Alright, be taking one more phone call. If y'all call within the next 5 minutes, I'm finna keep playing this record. Shout out to YouTube, man. I know y'all be up late with me.
Fuck your bitch all night, shut out them perks, gave me that stamina. Who you like you at the Apollo? Niggas is amateurs. 2 felonies, it's a dub for me going to Canada. Nigga got your bitch moist, can't have a grown-man conversation. Talking with no kid voice and cash, just send an invoice. GPS the op location, got a pinpoint. Jumping around the bench joint, I'm more focused on Bitcoin. All of my via crib, that's what I jack. Real life, make something out of nothing, that's what I rap. About 20s, 50s, and 100s is what I stack. I ain't talking dress pants, niggas question me when I slack. Everything I wear, fuck your budget up. They diss me on the internet, in real life, they don't fuck with us. Got 2 bitches waiting to jump me and feel like double dutch. Shot women asking for bitches, knowing that they wanna fuck. Sergio Ticini sweats, I be seeming stressed. I just gave the fiends a test. Honestly, just to see who works in the business. I just fuck sacks up, nigga. I'm doing Neiman's next. You see my videos, but in real life, you never seen the jazz. Stump the wind up out your chest till ain't no breathing left. Once upon a time, I used to hustle only down. So in love with all this crime, I run my mother out of mind. You know, you told me I could beat it. In other words, I'm doing time. Well, you told me niggas crying and everything gon' be just fine. Addicts to leave my time, damage got me. Like what time is it? Fuck your head up, no I'm paranoid, your mama shit. Shit that I'm accomplishing, got my niggas all kind of that. Champagne every day.
Brothers and sisters, friends.
Alright, speak now, forever hold your peace. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
That there were some enemies present. This afternoon, we want to talk about the ballot or the bullet. The ballot or the bullet explains itself. But before we get into it, since this is the year of the ballot or the bullet, I would like to clarify some things that refer to me personally, concerning my own personal position.
I stay strapped like Chanel kicks. My dope was sure thing that Miguel hit. Clip whole shells, not for real shits. To fall back, still catch a girl on some Model shit. I'm sporting good, that Model shit. I whip it up and raise Cain like Pinnell did. They say your boy spit, I can't tell, kid. It's well hit, it's bars busting men like the jail did. My ties with crime lords.
Drive-bys on boards.
Walking in the high-rise, Basquiat walls, decorated through
Mob ties.
marble tile floors. Corpse, nigga.
Any occupied territory is the police state. And this is what Harlem is. Harlem is a police state. The police.
Here we go. Final caller. Yo,
What's good with it, bro?
what's cracking?
Shit, sitting here watching this video late night, sitting up, goddamn, trying to finish eating, man. I want you to finish the cutoff before I got on here to ask you the question.
All right.
I just want to know what made you go with the diplomatic status. What made you go diplomatic route?
Honestly, that has been the most respected level that I've seen. You know what I'm saying? That like in relation to anything else. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that be respected on levels I haven't seen before in comparison to everything else in general. You know what I'm saying? And once I understood why that was, I really was like, you know what I'm saying, like, nigga, fuck all other shit. I mean, not fuck it all, but it's like, you know, that was my, you know, I was standing on that. So my whole thing is, you know, adding so many layers to that as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just basing it off of, you know, my, you know, experiences I had, you know, early on. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, now today is a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow's gonna be another story. Like I'm digging my shit deeper every day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, whatever people thought last year, it's 10 times. I'm 10 times deeper. You know what I'm saying, this year, and that's how I'm gonna keep doing it or whatever. But at the same time, you know, I try to show, you know what I'm saying, enough so people know for sure, like, yo, it is another level to it. uh, but at the same time, I don't do it in a way that the people can perceive that it's just some shit you just walk up, show up one day, like, yeah, how much for that? You know, so like, it's that sweet and that easy. You know, that takes away the authenticity, you know, the integrity of it, you know, the respect of it, everything. You see what I mean? You know, that's like asking fucking you know, a damn a fucking a high school teacher, history teacher or whatever, expecting to be the damn president next year. You know what I'm saying? Talking about running for office. No, you got to get your feet wet first, somewhere politically. You see what I mean? You might have to start off as a fucking, you know, I don't know what the fuck, senator, governor, secretary, or whatever, and then, by all due respect for the company that the nation that you're putting in that type of work for, now you will be qualified to be appointed into that officer seat. So it's a lot of, and the reason why I be putting, I still have to put it out. I have to because I gotta, which helps kind of protect it as well. Whereas, like, um, I've been, like I said earlier, I see a lot of, I see the D word going spreading around way too loose. You know what I'm saying? Way too loosely. Like, it's just like every time I turn around, I see a new somebody else claiming some diplomat shit. You know what I'm saying? And the reality of it is, you know, 99.9% of them don't have a fucking clue. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I take that a certain, because when I first got in the game or whatever, like, shit, I didn't even have, you know, online resources like that to, you know, get half the information that these people get access to these days and stuff like that. And, you know, all the books that you know, I know I'm personally, like, give away for free and shit like that inside the network and shit like that. I personally paid the ticket, you know, the retail ticket for that joint, you know, $1,000 here, 500 here for books, you know. So it's like, you know, to let you know, some rookies come in and just do and just, you know, today regular nigga, tomorrow diplomat. Now get the fuck out of here with that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's my attitude with that. You know what I'm saying? So I just, but at the same time, I do that. I share enough to give people hope to know that, let's keep building, keep working. Don't focus on that. Keep building, keep working, and it's gonna be presented to you. All you gotta do, people want to skip the work though. You know what I'm saying? It's like that shit gonna be, because the power of it is simple. That's why I really can't even break it down in a way where somebody wouldn't catch on. You know what I'm saying? It's like I either got to be secretive of it or not. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, speak on it or not. You know, if I'm gonna answer a question, I'm gonna answer. I don't even know how to half-ass give out information, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? When I explain something, I really want a person to understand the essence of it, so they can more so capitalize and have enough understanding where you can take it to another level. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. Not mimicking and copying and pasting some shit that the next nigga did, and then that's what's going on in the community in general altogether. You know, even not even on that level, just on the basics. You know, sovereign level, secure party credit level, American national level, the tribal level. Man, I'm talking shit about fucking the majority of all of them, because I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. You know what I'm saying?
I've been watching you since the very beginning, and goddamn, well, not your very beginning, but since your very beginning on YouTube and shit. And I definitely know, like, I was before you ever did Diplomat and said Diplomat, I was going that route. And then I looked into it like deeper, and how you say you was like, yeah, that shit respected. It very much is on like every level, all the way to the top. But I ain't with that contract that you got them, the going through signing up, putting myself in more contracts with them. It is other routes that you can go, which is kind of the route I went. But you know, with that, everything is like a hair. With that shit there, it's really solid. Yeah, I mean, and that's the only reason I really asked the question. Cause I was like, maybe he saw how solid it was, or you know, shit, maybe you was just throwing the word around. I ain't know you. I ain't want, you know, I'm not a hater.
Well, just so
I do everything, I do it 100%.
right. Just well, I'm pretty sure you know then. You know, I know you know by now. I'm not the guy that throw words around lightly. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, hell no. You know, hell no. That's why I had to ask, like, what was your reason for going that route? Cause like I know you ain't really with that bullshit. Like I believe me, I've been fucking with you since the very beginning, and you ain't got that bullshit. That's why I even still watch your channel and fuck with you like that.
So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a key and a seed, but I'm gonna give it to you in a way that I hope you understand personally, not necessarily to give out too much game to the Matrix world that's watching right now. You know what I'm saying? But those that's been paying attention to me for real, don't get it, and those are the people I want to get it. I'm not gonna even repeat. I'm not gonna repeat what you just said, but the part I'm responding to something you said, and that's gonna be your answer. So, your biggest concern out of what you just said is my concern and was my concern, and is the reason why I didn't go about it in the traditional fashion which people think that I went about it. And it's not involved with what it's not. It has nothing to do with what people think it's involved with. Just know that. Just know. Let me say something else. And I'll just put it like this. I'm gonna leave it at that. I think you get what I'm saying. I think you get what I'm saying.
Because exactly what you just said is what I figured it really was.
Okay.
I mean, like, again, I just had to know for, you know, without a shadow of doubt. Because, like, I want to fuck with you, like, on a business level. And, like, I said it, I sent you a message before. My name's CT Kid on that motherfucker.
CT Kid. Okay.
I sent you a message before and was like, shit, when you in Atlanta next time, you definitely need to hit my line. Because, like, I want to fuck with the route you went. But I also want to show you, like, some of the shit that I've been into and how I've been really moving around, especially, like, down here, and how these folks don't really, like, fuck with me. You know what I mean? Like, they see my name a lot, and I get pushed off a lot. Like, I feel, when you be like, yeah, bro, they just be like, yeah, and they just be like, yeah. They see me come in, they be like, yeah, damn, not again. You know what I mean? It's to the point where they don't even call my name out no more. You know what I mean? Like, it just be like, yeah, just stay here, bro, just chill.
Yeah.
You'll be here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I like that, because that means it'll be another date and another date until that shit get to an extension and where they can't even really fuck with it no more.
Right.
You know, they come with the least thing they can fuck with, and then boom.
Right. That's exactly what happens too. Yep. I'm gonna be playing some audio of a case that went that way recently. But I gotta wait till it's completely closed though. See, a lot of the shit I be putting out, I put shit on the shelf. Like something might happen to me today that I could use as my portfolio of experience and evidence and whatever. Is like I might not say nothing about it or post the shit till fucking 6 months from now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's just how it gotta be. Because like it's like a double-edged sword. You know, using a
yeah, but if them folks catch you doing it, you know what kind of repercussions can come from it. You know, it ain't never really fully done until it's out of them folks' face. And if you post it or you
right, hell yeah, just yeah, on that. That's another perspective too. I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about just all, just the people, and just putting shit on online on the internet as it's happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the guy that's gonna put shit. I'm open, but I really I'm strategic on when I release some shit. You know what I'm saying? By the time I release it, this shit done know with. I'm never gonna present the level that I'm on exactly in real time. If I give y'all XYZ, I already got motherfucking, I'm already damn near at Z right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
it's like I'm not. I give y'all level 5. That means I'm at least on level 7, 8, or 9. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's my safety net. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't do that, then you'll fuck around get stuck on that level because you keep trying to keep up with the fad. You know what I'm saying? Of that particular level. I'm not the comfortable guy like that. Just keep up with the same shit, repeating the same shit. Like it's so many levels to shit. I'm never gonna be comfortable. To be honest with you. I feel like we so far behind schedule. Can't nobody walk around and beat their goddamn chest because even if I'm good, even if I'm good in the streets and shit, it's like okay, it means nothing until I can transfer that power to the people. You see what I mean? So.
So everybody walking down the street got the same kind of level of security on their chest.
In a way where it's protected, in a way where once the power is passed to the people are educated enough not to destroy them and fuck up the power. You know what I'm saying? So that take time.
This is true. This is a very true statement. But hey, each one teach one to teach one. If we all reach out and try, that's all we can do is do. As long as we doing, something gonna happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, appreciate that, bro. Yeah, just stay in tune with me. Whatever. You got my email?
The Hell Regularity or the info? The info one.
Yeah, the info one.
Tell it to me one more time so I can write that down.
Info at hrconsulting.world.
Info at
hrconsulting.world.
Consulting, one word.
Yep.
.world. I bet. Yeah, I got you.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
For sure. You know what I mean? Have a great night. I appreciate you when you do the videos. I always get the notifications sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm up late. Sometimes I be out. But I was glad I caught this one night.
All right, bro. Thanks. Appreciate you. Peace.
Have a great one.
Can you see what question we got here? Say, can you humbly name some of the people who influenced you during your journey? Of course I can. Let me see. Now, child of God, let me tell you something so you can understand forever. Like now and forever. Because it sounds like it's an insinuation inside of that question. It's like an insinuation, as if I wouldn't honestly answer that question or some stuff like that. I don't have the personality that disregards or that disregards facts and reality. You know what I'm saying? Or disregards credit where credit is due. Now, maybe the person asking that question might, but not me. Maybe other people that's around me might, but not me. So to answer your question, hell the fuck yeah. First of all, I'm influenced by everything around me, by every conversation, by every piece of information, by every individual person, especially one with a certain type of personal experience. So the list can go on. Now I don't know if people know this, but I have a wall of influence. Right now it's an invisible wall of influence because if I turn my camera, you'll see I have pictures that I'm framing of people that are that have a certain type of influence on how I look at certain things. And my wall of influence is extraordinarily not contradicting. It's saying it would appear to be a conflict of interest based on my selection especially if somebody's seen it without me giving them an explanation. So if you seen everybody that's on my list, you would be matter of fact. Let me see if I can pull up my list since somebody wanna see. What y'all gonna understand is I have an addiction to challenges. That's what I utilize challenges over everything else to as an opportunity. Now that's not to say I necessarily look for challenges. I look for positive challenges um, all the time, and any challenge that appears to be to approach itself as negative, I take as an opportunity to convert that energy into some form of positive evolution of my personal self. So that being said, I like when people put me on the spot like that because I get the opportunity to show you what I've already was on already without it, because anybody can say something out their mouth, but if I can show evidence that I've already had that thought, I've already made that acknowledgement, and it's shit on paper and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't just say shit just because it sounds good. I'm not that great of a fucking spokesman. So I have my list right here, and the list is not done. Let me see if I can find my list. Let me see. All right, if I can't find the list, I'm gonna grab some of these picture frames so y'all can see. All right, let me grab these picture frames. Let me pull out the hard copies. All right, y'all see my frames. All right. So these frames consist of both, well, it should be both my certifications and my influencers. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. 1 second. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Let me answer this beautiful question. Now, some of these certifications I can't even show, man. Can't put people on some of the things I already got. Look for my damn pictures. Hold on. shit at? Let me see if I can think offhand. I had a very strategic list. I don't know where the fuck the picture's at. I had a picture printed out for each one. Now I'm not finna explain why I picked each one right now. That's a whole nother video within itself. But just know I have an explanation for it. That's why I never said nothing about this shit. Alright, so this is what I'll do. I'm gonna get back with a video on that. And I'm gonna keep looking for it. But offhand, I'll I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know who was my who was my biggest influences in relations to um, let's just say the secure party creditor world, um, the American national world, the just sovereign, the whole sovereign concept. All right, when I first got started a little over 10 years ago. I started with a private company. I'm not gonna say the name of these people though. I started with a private company that I do not believe still exists right now. Last time I checked, and it was mainly a man and a woman, and they had a program for like I think the package. I think overall in total the package was $10,000, and so I was on like a payment plan. Now they wasn't doing it for us. It was supposed to be like a class. We go over everything. We learn each individual form and each individual process or whatever. So long story short, I had a curriculum and a plan that was broken down on a monthly basis. So I made my payments on a monthly basis. Um, Maybe a year and a half, I'm still, taking the courses, you know, humbly, humbly paying these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? My last dime, you know what I'm saying? Humbly showing up to class, you know, regardless of the information that I already had. And, you know, but I didn't really know if I knew yet. So I was always playing devil's advocate with myself. So I always feel like that's always a great investment to a certain degree. But at certain, but the objective is to get to the point where you don't got to go through all that, where you can quickly identify if something has value or not. Because I think a lot of times we question our own judgment, or question what we already know and understand based on somebody showing you something else. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know. And can't nobody change what you know if you use and do what you know. A lot of us know a lot of shit, but can't truly know because we haven't done shit with the shit we have. So long story short, I put in about I put in about 5,000, right up under 5,000. Then I started, running out of bread, running out of money. So now I was communicating and talking to him like, man, letting them know. But shit, it was like I'm literally debating on should I pay my rent or should I pay for my class so I can become a secure party creditor, all this other shit, so I can become a secure party creditor. You know, I got 5 more weeks left. I got XYZ. Fuck it, because the perception is once I get done with this paperwork, you know what I'm saying, all my bills gonna be gone. I'm gonna be able to discharge debt. I ain't gotta worry about shit. That police ain't gonna fuck with me. All that shit, right? Not to know. thousands of dollars and years later that it was a bunch of bullshit. Not all of it, not the information per se, but the perception of the information and the process it relates to. That's the bullshit. But I didn't know until I knew. Or you don't know, you don't find out till later based on because you put in more time, work, energy, money and to gain a certain level of experience that you even can identify that the motherfuckers that was teaching you the information didn't even really know how to use the fucking information to its best ability. But the way they were teaching you as if they did, by giving you illusions of how they are living and blase blah, and all you could do is, you know, visualize because you can never see these motherfuckers, in person. You can never see their face on the Skype or, all you could do is hear their voice, you know, over a digital phone, and that was it, from a private number you can't call back, so you know it's been many instances of that in the beginning. That's like the biggest one. Uh, so now, even though I didn't reach a level of success that I planned to, like at all, uh, I went. The beauty of it is I went through the process. I committed to through the process. I went through it, although it failed. It failed the level that it was perceived to be. I still learned off the experience, and I took that level of understanding off understanding what the experience was and what it wasn't. That's the key. Can you learn what it was and what it wasn't, like specifically, not just saying, "Oh, this shit ain't work." No, specifically. So from there, you can identify. Okay, there's two things we got to question. We got to question. We got to question the information, and we got to question the person or individuals giving the information. So I've come to find out that the majority, the fucking majority of the motherfuckers that was the main ones giving out the information and charging all this fucking money for secure party creditor packages and shit did not really like live that life like that. They wasn't like they really did not. That what they did was they found a way to benefit off the ignorance of the people. That's the only thing I could think of. Because if you selling some shit, now you can't guarantee anything per se. You shouldn't, at least in business. Um, that's just one of those rules or whatever. Because especially anything in relation to this, because it's still based on a case by case, person by person, situation by situation basis. Although you can provide a certain level of assurance based on the experiences and testimonials of those experiences from the individuals that have went through a certain process or direction. So, point of me saying that is, it's an individual's personal. Let me check my battery life. It's an individual's personal decision. Damn, I got 2% left. It's the individual's personal decision to to push to push the truth or to push false hope in order to reach a certain level of gain. Because it's a lot of money in ignorant motherfuckers. There's a lot of money in ignorant people. The majority of people that are talking about this shit are your best spokesmen, your best actors, and your best fucking imitators. Those are the motherfuckers that can sell you the clothes off your back. They can sell you the clothes that's on your back right now. That's how good they are for selling your ass some shit. So, but now, okay. People be like, people might think I would look at that as a negative situation, but I don't, because I learned from it. I learned from the experience. I learned from the people, and I know, and I've identified who they are. And if I ever meet them again, I would love to have a conversation, and I would love to accept any challenge that they could possibly have. I was questioning my understanding of the information and processes. I can almost guarantee that I will shit on their understanding at this point. Uh, Respectfully. Um, that was that. So after that, of course, I took a big ass hit. I had to fall the fuck back and get my money back up before I was sleeping at a shelter. So so yeah, from there, fell the fuck back. I just started hoarding information, just gathered as much information as I possibly can. Just digging, not because I felt like the information wasn't going to be available long. That was in my mind. So I'm backing up information, thousands of files on hard drives and shit. I was even getting to the point of fucking burying hard drives. You know, that was on this shit and like conspiracy theories, like shit that's going on right now in the world. I was digging in shit like that, knowing of possibilities. Years back before it happened. Um, so so from there, it was the individual people more so now because it wasn't many like organizations really. I probably went through them all either, but you learn quickly from the organizations. There's probably one other organization that I have some sort of respect for, but without knowing too much of how they actually conduct business. Um, I'm not gonna and I can't sponsor it because I don't know, so I'm not gonna say the name. But outside of that, the only organization that at least halfway has some type of realistic methods and tools and understanding was was my time with AMPC. So somebody asked, did I learn a lot? Did I learn a lot with the experience with AMPC? Uh, of course I did. Who the fuck wouldn't, unless you fucking dumb, deaf, or blind? I'm a person that's a learner, so I'm gonna learn every fucking second. So, but you better believe this. Just as I learned from my experience with an organization like ANPC, you better fucking believe ANPC done learned a lot from me, and they still learning right now. You better believe that shit, cause they know goddamn well I've always been the guy that's on the front line. You can't challenge the guy that's on the front line, cause you going you all you could do is debate what you read versus what I done fucking did. Huh. It's not gonna work. And that's all I'll say about ANPC. So outside of that is I went through the other organization, Reign of Heavens, and they call it the United States of America, blah blah blah. I don't know what the fuck they got going on over there. They need to just stop. That's all I'm gonna say about that. If they got something to say to me, tell them motherfuckers to refund everybody their goddamn money and spend all their goddamn money for IDs that they don't have. Y'all can't provide one service. So I'm gonna say about them. Also, all these motherfuckers, and that's because the people, and we the people, be be supporting these organizations that are not organized. Just to be honest, anybody from any of these organizations that I'm referring to that's way out of line as far as organization wise, shit, you can always call my line because I will tell you directly. Y'all on some stupid ass retarded bullshit. Y'all got a lot of information but don't know what the fuck to do with it. So don't. The only time it becomes a problem now, if you just want to give and share information, do that. But anytime you're in a situation where you're charging money for a service, provide you need to be able to provide the service. Period. That's just the basic principles of business. If you can't do that, stop fucking playing. And I'll give y'all a tip on what the problem is with that organization. That organization bid on too much more than it can chew. It's trying to emulate the United States as we know it. You know, where it has you have the Secretary of State, you have the Secretary of this, you have the President of this, you have all these different agencies within the United States corporation. They try to create all these other you know uh, replicas of the corporation and call themselves, you know, calling it, reclaiming it as the republic, and original union of the United States or whatever like that, the private side or whatever. I mean, the concept is great, but you have to be able to operate and manage all of those subdivisions and all those offices, which you can't. You can't do that. You can't do that with just two motherfuckers. Or you can't do that while you working part time at goddamn Pizza Hut. You can't. You can't run you can't run a nation working full time or part time for another motherfucker. This is a full time job. So so I mean, outside of that, there's not. I haven't seen many organizations that even worth being called an organization. You know what I'm saying? These are motherfuckers that just started a website that didn't even bother to polish the motherfucker. These days, websites are not expensive. So like I said, when I see stuff like that, their only interest is to put up a I'm open sign and to say I'm ready to start accepting money from your ass. They didn't even have the decency to set up actual businesses with business accounts and business accounting, bookkeeping, payroll for employees or whatever. It's like no, they throw up a sloppy ass website, put a donation button on there and a cash app, and you people, I'm not saying y'all, I'm talking about the people that are doing. The people are supporting that shit. You can't charge for a service that you cannot provide. I'm trying to understand. Them motherfuckers want to charge top dollars for some shit. So I hope that answered y'all question. That question that person asked me. Then okay, I can go down the list on motherfuckers that influence me. Now you say other now individuals that I paid attention to. Let's see. I pay close attention for. And look, I have periods. I've had periods where I'll have certain individuals that I would allow to feed me certain perspectives and information. But once I receive that, I move on. I don't continue to listen over and over again and follow a person so much where my their actions becomes mine. You know what I'm saying? I have to. It's all about getting a level of understanding a person's perspective and how they think. All I recommend somebody do is to understand how I think. You know what I'm saying? Well, understand how that person thinks, and then from there you'll be able to get information. And based on you understanding how that person thinks, you'll be able to utilize that to dissect information. Now, more than one way. Now you can do it how you do it, and now you can activate another person's mind within your own. Damn near. Um, Let me see. But yeah, Patrick Devine. I learned a lot of, opened my mind to the possibilities of concepts and ways of looking at things metaphysically. Uh, Jonah in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Uh, that's who hit me first about the authenticated birth certificate. And then who else was I was looking at? Uh, Yusef, cool. Yusef, I respect what he do. You need people like Yusef. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker will read you an entire library. You know, so you can't never say nothing about a professor. He's a professor. Uh, my camera went out. You know, but do I watch a lot of him personally? Nah, I actually never did, but I tune in here and there. You know, just by all due respect. Um, let me see. It's not a lot of them. There's not a lot. There's a couple other guys underground, and they underground for a reason. So I ain't gonna name them. You know, I learned a lot from my guys. You know what I'm saying? People like, my personal team. You know, that's pretty much who I learned from. I learned from my personal team. I learned from me and my experience. You know, but here and there, it's good to play devil's advocate. You know, with information to make sure that you're on the best page. You know, as it reflects to better benefiting you and what you're trying to do and the goal you're trying to accomplish personally, because that's what it's all about. You know, I do things based on what my purpose and intent is and what my goals are. You know, somebody else's goals might be different. I don't know. So that's what I said. Let me see. Yeah, that's about it, man. I learn from anybody, man. I learn from everybody. And if y'all want to know a secret, shit. Honestly, I learned the most from you know the average individual. You know, when you have a network, and I don't know if a lot of people know that there was another Hellraiser Legacy before this one, which had probably quadruple the amount of members. That's because it was a free network. So everybody and their mama was signing up or whatever. Now the problem with that was, but I had another section where you can be a VIP member and access certain files and shit like that. That was cool, but the problem is after a while it became overwhelming because it's one thing to have people, but it's not about the numbers; it's about quality. You know what I'm saying? So I had the quantity, but not the quality of people. You know what I'm saying in there. There's a lot of BS going on, nonsense, a massive uh, a massive outbreak of trolls, like massive outbreak of trolls. So at some point, it's like I didn't. It's like it's so the motherfucker was so goddamn infested with goddamn trolls and roaches. I had to just burn the motherfucking down, and start from scratch, and then put a lock on that bitch, from the gate. Now, everybody got to pay. They do, but now we have a more respectable network. Even though we don't have as much as far as quantity wise, my people that's in Hellraiser Legacy version 3 is very respectable. They put in work. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like you can move mountains with a nice, strong, solid team. It don't have to be millions. You could do something with some hundreds. So I got some nice hundreds. You know, I got a couple hundred people that's ready to roll. That's rocking and rolling. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. We gonna start from there. You know. So that's that. So I learned from them, because imagine having the opportunity, because if I'm only one person, so I can't possibly have all the experiences that everybody needs, because everybody has a different need based on their experience and what's going on in their personal life. So I have to I have to have went through that situation in order to properly direct. So if I haven't went through that situation, I'm not forcing myself into a situation to you know what I'm saying, to gain information or understanding on that level. The best thing I can do is to learn from other people that have had that situation that come back and report that information to me. You know what I'm saying? So when anybody gives me a testimonial, uh, an experienced testimonial, I'm learning. I'm in supreme student mode from beginning to end. I'm digesting every piece of information off of that experience that the person is sharing with me, so I can damn near place myself in that situation, mentally as much as possible to the point where I'm dead. I've dead by the time you told me, and I've ingested and digested the information, the experience. That experience damn near fucking becomes my own, and that's the secret on how I understand a lot of things. All right, I appreciate that, child of God. Rena Lewis. Yeah. They had a lot of hate towards the Moorish American group. They was telling people that they can't bring in, basically their nationality, shit like that. No, I've never, I've never, I don't believe in that. I never respected that, and you can't build nothing off separation, even though you have, you have you even though you can build things in an organized fashion where they are categorized, and but it's a thin line between categorizing people. We got to be very sensitive with that, and cautious on how we do that, to the point where we have to continuously educate the people as they're being divided or categorized, where it's not a categorization where we're actually separating one people from the next per se. We're just placing ourselves in a situation where we can put things into more of a in a more in an order type of perspective. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because you have one group come, that one group is going to come with a certain level of understanding, a certain level of knowledge, certain type of information, and stuff like that. So in order for us to better know each other, you know, all we're doing is creating channels for those individual groups, so we can tap in at will and learn from one another. You know, without losing ourselves, without losing our roots, without we're still having a home to go to. You know what I'm saying? We all come from somewhere, so we should still be allowed to go back to where we originated. But yeah, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Better dip out. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, this replay will not be on YouTube. This will be available for members of the Hellraiser Legacy. All right. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button, and get those notifications.